a.m. It's 11:30. I don't know if y'all can hear. I am sick as a dog today, so y'all bear with me. But we are here. I lost some time trying to do the fancy stuff with it. Just happened last year. I don't know if all of y'all were around this time last year, but if you remember, I had some difficulty doing the award show. So just like last year, we're going old school with it. We're just gonna press play on a video, and then we are just going to talk about the teams and the selections that we do have. Um, for one, go ahead and give this puppy a share. So we're going from honorable mention to third to second to first team. Now, last year, Virginia had three teams. West Virginia only had two. We added a couple more schools into the full-time bucket over out west. So I felt like the ultimate compliment to the pool of talent that we have access to is to obviously add a third team. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this with you real quick. Like I said, forgive me. I sound a little crazy. I am pretty sick today. And fellas, we're here once again. Also, for the apologize for the delay. You know, man, like I said, I'm not feeling the greatest, and I had to get some stuff buttoned up. But before we do this, I did say this. Man, if y'all ain't doing nothing today, there's a basketball game down there in Narrows. James Monroe versus Narrows. It is the Narrows Athletic Fund's 18th annual Christmas tournament. Now, typically with that, that's one of the main fundraisers throughout the year. The boys and the girls play. The girls were supposed to play Bland, and then obviously the snow happened. So basically, they're just trying to salvage what they can and put on a good day for the community today. So please, if y'all ain't doing nothing and you want to watch some good basketball, you better head on down there to Narrows. JV tips off at, I believe, 3 o'clock. So, yeah, big shout out to them. We are live with the area team rugby. And then, we got to put this, sorry for the delay. Hello, y'all just saw inside the mind of how I post. No, but man, also it's going to be a little bit harder because my comments are going to be delayed because the way that I'm doing this, I can't read the comments off of the screen. I have them just on my phone. So Greg was going to join us too. He got a bit tied up this morning. It's been a crazy, crazy morning. Fresh off the clock, Cody Hatfield. We will be there at the Virginia State Championship today. If you're watching this, you probably don't even know what Rycove is, but they are a team down in SWVA that has faced nothing but adversity, and well, now they're playing for a state championship. So that should be a good one. You can expect to see some clips from that game starting around 5 o'clock. They play Rappahannock, which is a powerhouse. So they are going into this one underdogs. And y'all know on this page, go Birds. I hate the Birds right now, but we love a good underdog. So I guess I'll quit joshing around. Before we get this puppy started, y'all go ahead and give this thing a share, man. You obviously I'm late. This is on TikTok, on YouTube, and on Facebook. So if you don't, go ahead and give us a follow as well. Specifically on the latter two. Obviously, Facebook is our home. Um, but we are going to start pouring into YouTube, TikTok, and also Instagram too. So keep an eye out on that. And as well, for one big shout out, I just want to say thank you to everybody for an outstanding football season. I mean, it was surreal. The relationships that were just nurtured, the friendships that were made. Uh, it's crazy now that like we can go to these coaches and it's almost like an annual thing now to where we just interview the teams. Like it's crazy to me. So a big thank you to everybody who's just been supporting us. We have some riders out there, man, for real. I could sit here and list them all, but I won't do that. But big shout out to everybody. If you think I might be talking about you, odds are I probably am. Because there's like 40 parents that have just consistently went above and beyond for us. And literally, without you guys, we would be nothing. So for real, thank y'all. And I don't just say that as in like some kind of cliche gesture. I'm being serious. Without the parents, that's what Fresh Off the Clock is built is that's the back Fresh Off the Clock's been built off of. so serious. And also, as you're going to see too, there's a lot of pictures here. Big shout out to all of our photographers. We do got some cameras now we're playing around with it. We got some guys helping us out on that end too. Shout out to my dog Logan, Cody, and Kenneth Campbell, the OG. But we got a lot of people across the region who are fans of what we do and really just they support the cause. So they allow us to use their pictures. So big shout out to them. I'll hit them off the top of my head real quick. Hold on, give me 1 second. If I forget anybody, I'm so sorry. I really am. But Leah Long, the GOAT, thank you for just your help this football season. Jason Day, also my dog, man, big fan. Sarah and Sydney Clark, love y'all to death. They're Virginia based, but both teams played Bluefield and Princeton, so that kind of gave us some access to those early on. Paul Atkins down there in Mingo and Logan County. Shout out to him, big time. Stacy Pack Miller. We love you, Mrs. Stacy. Cody Ashley saw you at the Princeton game. Um, thank you for your help this season. And Chris Gerald down in Sherman. Man, Chris, we appreciate you. There's probably a couple more I'm leaving off, and I'm so sorry. But I've been going on long enough. So let's get into it right here with Joe, man. So I don't know if y'all are familiar with any Star Wars, you know. Well, check this out. My sales manager got this for me back in the day, James Horn. This is episode 3. It's a movie posted. He ordered one off of Amazon and came in a little damaged, but they sent him a brand new one, and he gave that one to me. But that was the Duel of Fates from episode 1. Whenever Darth Maul, who was also up here, Darth Maul and Obi-Wan are like in that corridor, and you know the whole laser things. I'm getting off track here, but the Duel of Fates is fired. So here we go. Uh, we planned to do this on Wednesday, to be honest with you. And I just slipped my feet constantly, and then I realized, wow, West Virginia football is over. Happened quick, to be honest with you. And off state, they started throwing them puppies out like it was nobody's business. So we decided to let them do theirs, and we just trying to wait till the weekend. And here we are. So let's get right into it. Like I said, we're going a little bit old school with it. So what we're just going to be doing is we're going to be pressing and pausing. Starting off right here, you see we got Jackson Toppin, offensive lineman from Chattanooga, Lucas Lambert, wide receiver from Logan, Matt Simpson, quarterback from Bluefield, and Silas Nelson, running back from Independence. Where do you think that these cats landed? Let's go find out. So starting off, I believe I've done every 3 seconds. Wait. Oh, oh, gotcha. I know y'all are waiting to see, man. I had to open up my comments. Y'all let me know in the comments below who we missed. We're always going to miss somebody. Maybe not in the first team, maybe not in the second team, but that third team in honorable mention gets a little bit murky. Uh, Doug and Destiny Coleman, I thank y'all for just keeping me in the loop down that way all year long for real. Um, it gets a little bit murky. So this isn't just us, right? We lean into the coaches, we lean into the media, and we also lean into ourselves. This list was made with a lot of film being watched. We were blessed to go to a bunch of games this year too. So obviously the eye test is a big thing with this too. Um, so let's jump into it, man. Like I said, let us know in the comments if there's someone we missed, and if they're back next year. We have a list that I did refer to when doing this too. That we kind of it's like the left off list pretty much. Say if we just agree with we're not perfect, right? We're not professionals. I ain't got no fancy college degree. I don't got all this fancy equipment. As Cody likes to say, we're just a couple of dudes off of iPhones. But big shout out to my dog Logan Baker too for making the graphics. The Madden Ultimate Team cards turned out crazy. Turned out crazy. So we're gonna jump on into the honorable mention. Boom! When making this graphic, I didn't think like, hey, this In my head, because this is the last one that I've done, I was like, well, all right, this will just be the little thank you draft. Well, it's the first one on the little slideshow here. So thank you all for a great 2025 season, and we will see y'all in the summertime for our third consecutive 7-on-7 and Kevin DuBois Midman Campus. Starting off, honorable mention for Southern West Virginia, which is just the counties that we do cover. Which is basically just that chunk right there, right beneath the Kanawha Valley. Not quite like Nicholas County. I have been saying we're going to jump into them for basketball, so we'll just see how I feel whenever I ramp into basketball full time next week. um, Starting off, man, Levi Sprouse from Sherman, mid-season had 7.5 sacks. Antoine Hedges from Oak Hill was a guy I was fighting to try to find him a spot somewhere, for real, because that young man stepped up in the face of adversity, had a big season. Uh, Gage Price, also someone else going into the season. If this wasn't live, I would clip what I said before the year. That Gage Price was one of my dark horse for a big breakout year. He had a very good year. Logan Cook from Pikeview was someone that almost felt criminal to put on honorable mention. And Jason, I'm sorry. You know, there were some incredibly good linebackers on this list. So to have him on this list is just a testament. To have him on honorable mention is just a beautiful testament to the talent that we do have. Braden Waldron, someone else from Westside, young man stepped up as a sophomore, some big shoes to fill. I think he done extremely well filling those kind of shoes. Big shout out to him. Donovan Valdemar. I know. Oh man, dude, I was supposed to put the L after the E, coach. That's on me from Mingo Central. That guy, he had an extremely good regular season. He's a big time play guy. By that I'm just talking about clutch. But down the stretch through the playoff, Donovan was making play after play. Really, especially just late season going into the early rounds of the playoff. That guy was everywhere. So big shout out to him. Josiah Campbell, Princeton, another one on the honorable mention. Man, this one felt criminal too. The guy was a speedster. Uh, Took the top off of defenses. Man, this dude would have been the number one on any other team in the state. But he's a very selfless football player. And something that you've seen on him all year long was when he didn't have the football, that guy was going still, blocking for his guys and everything. Great year from him, and obviously first to won a state championship. Someone else who went to a state championship that also had a great year was Tylee Simon from Bluefield. This is someone else, man. Like a lot of these guys in my head, at that first glimpse, I'm like, oh, well, we can just toss him on third team, maybe slide him into second team. Man, Tylee had a fantastic season, and I cannot wait to look forward to him working his way onto one of the upper teams next season. Braden Kozel from Summers County was one. Um, and that kid's a mauler, man, for real, for real. I believe he made All State Single A. Big shout out to him, man. That guy, in a rough year for Summers County, he was definitely one of the bright spots for that team. Braxton Sword, big fan of this guy. I wish I could have fit some more hillbillies on this list, man. But Braxton Sword is just that guy's a mauler, man. He is just your typical man hillbilly football player, fullback, middle linebacker, leading the defense, having a great time while he does it. That's a fun guy to watch play football. Corbin Nunn was one too, man, where it was like, man, that guy should be somewhere on these wide receiver lists. He had a fantastic season for Montcalm and for quarterback Landon Cloud, which you'll be seeing him soon. Adam Basin from Logan was another one, man. Listen, we've been making these all area lists throughout the entire season. Just little notes here and there, jotting down, hey, this, and this. That guy had a fantastic season. Devin Sanders from Westside, not only at running back, but at DB. This guy had a big year for them. Was a much needed just help, staying in that county. Grayson Ashley from Wyoming East. That is another school I wish I could have got some more guys on this list from. But Grayson, as expected, was a bright spot for that Wyoming East Warriors team. Jeremiah DeLone, Riverview Raiders quarterback DB. Man, going into the season, I thought this cat would have been 17. Man, I tell you what, still had a fantastic year. Played a lot of tough opponents. Obviously, Riverview stepped up to the 2A. So obviously that just turns up the heat some. Jeremiah's going into his either senior or junior season. You can expect him to be a big name next year all over again. Caden Helmet from the Shady Springs, someone else, man, that was kind of to me going into the season. I wasn't too familiar with his game, but he made himself known quickly. So big shout out to him. Jake Belcher for Princeton is someone I might catch some flack on for him being an honorable mention, but man, that guy was all over the field at all times, everywhere. A true Swiss Army knife. So big shout out to him. Cole Laston from Independence as well. Someone else I would have loved to find just a higher spot on this list for when called upon. That guy performed every single time. So big shout out to him. Malachi King from Westside. Jordan Master told me about this kid all year long. And he's like that. He's like that. He's a freshman this year. That guy's going to be a generational Westside lineman coming up. And then, don't know if you can see here at the bottom, but Anderson Jr. from Mountain View, he did cross that 1,000 yard mark. So right there, I'm like, all right, boom, we're getting him in for real. Um, Mountain View obviously found some footing late, and I mean, them guys just went out there and they really did. They fought, and that's all I care about, really. So, big shout out to Young Hood on a great start to what we expect to be a very good football career. Next up, 13 defense. Boom. All right, so here we go. We're into the meat of it. 13 defense. Uh, um, I guess real quick, I could do picture shout outs for this one. Yolanda Dow for the Josiah Hunt photo. Man, I ain't gonna cut on the heartstrings or anything, but this young man's story is nothing short of miraculous and beautiful. So to see him have the type of year that he had, yeah, I was getting him on this list if it killed me. And then Zion Jackson to my dog Jason Dave. Zion Jackson made this list as a defensive back. But that guy stepped up at quarterback in some emergency situations about midway through the season and breathed life back into that Golden Knight team. But starting off from the top, Josiah Hunt from Bluefield, man, played a big role on a very good Bluefield defense that obviously fell short in the state championship, but on just a crazy busted cover and a great play call. And that's going to happen in football. Big old Riley Bell from Princeton, man. Hey, that guy had a great season with a stalwart in the middle. He's been getting some offers and some good traction. You can see him going somewhere soon. Peyton Parker from Mingo Central, someone else too, man. Young guy, a lot of youth on this on honorable mention and also on this 13 defense. But Peyton Parker was someone that was a very good part of that Mingo Central defense that for most of the year was a top defense in the entire region. Until they met Frankfurt too, man. I tell you what, that team was tough. Tristan Mullins from Riverview, the stalwart, the big dog. That's a big cat, man. That's a big cat. Meow, for real. Um, that guy doing what he does well, and that just stop hold. Braden Knights from Oak Hill, someone else also a fantastic year up there. A lot of tough competition too. And then Owen Underwood from Pikeview had a bit of a breakout year for himself, being a part of that revitalized Pikeview front. So going up to the linebackers though, uh, Nathan Mullins said. Yeah. Oh, Nathan, you hit it on the head, buddy. Listen, this junior class is disgusting, man, for real. But Antoine Hitch definitely deserves something from him, dude. I mean, that kid. Not everybody can step away from playing wide out and getting the football to being forced to go play quarterback and just do it best as he possibly can. So big shout out to him. Linebacker Brock Parker from James Monroe had a stellar season. Jacob Ewing from Midland Trail, man, this guy is just one of them football guys. Big fan of him. And Bo Weichel from Meadow Bridge. Congratulations to Bo on a great season. Embry Sanford from Greenbrier West. Dude, this linebacking core could probably bang within, I don't know. I won't say nothing crazy, but there's some talent on this linebacking core, 100%. And once again, that's the ultimate testament to the pool of the players that we do have. Now, the DBs is filthy, man. Zion Jackson from Mountain View finished with the 3 picks, and I believe north of 10 PBUs, if I'm not mistaken. Bryce Gordon from James Monroe was someone else where it was like, man, how can I not get him up there? Dude, and this sounds crazy. We don't give out participation awards by any means, you know. Um, I'm on the opposite end of that kind of spectrum. I don't want to just give a kid something plain, and that might sound crazy, but You got to earn this stuff, man. Kids use this stuff to get recruited and help get them to college, you know? But that guy earned it from anything above 13, which is crazy. He had a fantastic year for James Monroe for real. Um, so like these 13s are earned, and it sounds crazy, but these 13s are earned. Another one who was like, how's he on 13? Chase Southern from Sherman. Man, great year for Sherman on that. Bro, that Sherman secondary was crazy. And then Levante Kinney from Logan, congratulations to him too, man. Had a big year for the Wildcats, not just on defense, but on offense too. But I believe he finished with what, 4 picks. Peyton Lee from Riverview on defense, man. That guy was a mauler and just a leader. That team when he went down kind of fell off, but when that guy fought back in there, man, they picked right back up. And then you can't see it because of the little bar error pressing, but I hope y'all are watching me right now. With that Alex Cox right down there as a defensive utility, man. Listen, Alex Cox was clutch, dude. Um, Whenever he was started, it felt like he was on it, to be honest with you. He had that big pitch six too, bro. Listen, Alex Cox is going to be a baller this year for real. Alex, congratulations, man. Let's get into the offense here. Boom! This is where it gets fun. We got the head coaches. Now, when I look at head coaches for like coach of the year and, 13, 17, first team head coach, I think about the year before and what they've done now. Um, all three of these coaches went from, maybe not the most respect to, hey, we just made a run and leading off today with that pack is going to be Mingo Central, David Jones. Big shout out to Coach Jones, quarterback. Now this is where it gets a little crazy, right? So when I was doing the flex, I was like, I don't know, is it like a super flex? I jumped in immediately to yes, because there are a bunch of kids in this that deserve a lot of recognition that maybe wouldn't have been able to get it if we didn't do it the way that we did do it. You get what I'm saying? So leading off here, Ryan Mann, quarterback, James Monroe. You asked me how he was on 13. Man, that guy was a monster. What a season he had. And he had a great year on defense, too. But like I said, we're trying to keep everything one side of the football, you know, minus special teams. A lot of kids go both ways on that end, too. So with that, we try to keep it one position and then just keep that rolling. Quarterback, too. Landon Clower from the Montgomery Generals, the basement. I hope y'all boys are watching, man, for real. Great year for him. They almost got in, man. They fought, and he had some stellar performances. Running back Kate Thompson, Oak Hill, someone else had a great season. I think he crossed the 1,000-yard threshold, if not right under somewhere in the nines. Had a big year up there in 4A, did some stout competition. Caleb Mullins from Man was a pattern ram all year long, had a fantastic season and played part in man making that late season push to get shifty. Braden Mullins from Pikeview, someone else had a fantastic year. He broke the 1,000-yard mark as well. It's crazy we got 1,000-yard rushers on the third team offense. Wide receiver Trent Rolls for Meadowbridge kind of revitalized the whole, Meadowbridge wide receiver role. To be honest, I mean that's been a power run team for as long as I've been living. So big shout out to him and his brother Trick. Uh, Cameron Sloan, Tug Valley. Man, bro, what? Cam Sloan, what a year he had. He broke the 1,000-yard mark too. Went crazy. To, it's weird not seeing Tug have the season that we all thought that they were going to see. But man. The good news is I believe that man's a junior. I believe. So him and Preston have some more time. Carson Treadway from Oak Hill, someone else. Man, that going into this one, I believe he was in our top 20 players. Carson still had a tremendous season. I believe at All-State as a linebacker. Um, but that guy was phenomenal anytime the ball touched his hands. And given how it was a group effort, obviously, whenever the quarterback went down early, I believe week 3, that's obviously going to hurt the wide receiver role. But still, they found ways to use Carson in just really every way. Wide receiver Jamari Smith from Bluefield. Man, man. That guy was a lightning in a bottle. Seems like he didn't touch the ball often, but whenever he did, it was a touchdown. Had some very big plays. This bro in the state championship. What was it, 81 yards, 80 something yards? That was a huge play. He had a fantastic year. This Bluefield team's young, and all of these guys come back with their quarterback. They're going down to the flex. This is where it's crazy. Preston May from Thug Valley. Man, dude's a monster for real. I think he is going to finish as just one of them ones. It was a down year, not too statistically, but just in terms of the results that Thug Valley holds the standard to. But don't worry, he'll be right back. And then another one, bro, Jackson Workman, Liberty. What a season this kid had. He went 1,000 and 1,000. You best believe I was putting him on this all area team somewhere. Somewhere for real. They're going down to the bid dollars. Bro, this offensive line stuff was stout. Logan Berry from Greenbrier West, widely regarded as one of the better offensive linemen. Connor Accord, you can say the same thing. Colby Justice from Princeton. I believe he's just a junior. That guy had a stout season, obviously, and it involved helping Princeton win a state championship. Harrison Smith from Greenbrier East. That's one of them ones, man. That is like, man, Fred, there's nowhere else. You can just put 7 offensive linemen down. Same one with Christian Ogle. Kid was a monster this year. And then the repeat from all area last year, Joey Calder from Shady Spring. Joey, hey, keep balling, man. I believe he's a senior this year, so congratulations to a great high school career. And we do look forward to seeing where you call home. And then Colton Dunbar at tight end. He does classify as a tight end. Like I said, the talent on this is wild. My first thought was put him on the defensive line, but then you look at these defensive linemen, it's like, man, I don't want to do no one wrong. And well, he classifies as a tight end, so that's where I put him. Colton, congratulations on being a big part of that Greenbrier West offense that was hit early with a bunch of injuries, and they were just fighting. In every game, they were fighting. The one thing about Coach V, he's going to schedule some teams, man. And that's why, historically speaking, Greenbrier West has been a very good pro, brand. So we got two of Coach V's guys on here. And they'll be right back next year. Obviously, you go into this season with a little bit of some replanning stuff. Then you battle some injuries early. That's tough for really anybody. What's this? 17 defense? Boom! Double chunk chocolate cookie. Boom! Mason, you ever saw them Costco guys? Yes, you have. The Rizzler and those cats. The Italian dad were the Costco double chunk chocolate cookie. We give it boom, boom. Yeah. Hey, this second team defense is crazy, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. Uh, starting off. JD Meadows from Princeton. Hey, that guy's a monster, bro. We got 2 Princeton defensive tackles on this list, J.D. Meadows and Damian Thomas. Both of those guys had humongous years for Princeton. Damian Thomas, as we see pictured over there in the right, wanted to get him on one of these graphics because, well, that helmet is impressive. That is a lineman if I've ever seen one. Jameer Harris, one of the 3 seniors for Bluefield. He did win the 460 Player of the Week for us. Had a stellar season for them. Was a big part of that Bluefield defensive line that had nothing but ballers, bro. It felt like 1 through 5. They had that rotation in, and everybody was just making plays. David Browning from Chapmanville. I think this kid's a sophomore, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, buddy, monster. He's one of them young ones for real. This guy will be one of them when he's in his senior year. How we all talked about Brad Muller. David Browning's going to be one of them ones. He was a dog. James Ludwig from Oak Hill was someone else who had a big season, made some big plays. So I was glad to see him get on this list. And that linebacker, bro, this linebacker core is crazy. Keyshawn Bland from Greenbrier East led the team in tackles, had a big year for them. Jacob Maynard, Mingo Century had, I believe, 11 sacks, more than 120 tackles. Man, stellar season for that Mingo Central defense. And as you see, there are some guys on these lists from that defense. Dawson Green from Sherman was a leader, man. Was a leader on that defense all year long, making big plays, big hits. And he's just a fun football player to watch, man. Like if you just love to watch like '90s NFL, bro, go watch Dawson Green play football. It is a great time. Braxton Wolford from Logan was someone else, man. That I mean, this kid stepped up. He played some offensive line for him. He's 195, soaking wet. Not even 195. I forget what the coach said in the interview, Coach Booth. But man, what a year he had at linebacker. Earning all state nods there too. Was a big part of that revitalized Logan team. This is where it is crazy. Eli Pauly, man, man, man. Um, Congratulations, young man, on a great season. Don't hate us for this. Yeah, no, because he is he is the next Trey Lester in terms of name notoriety for real. He had a stellar season, stellar season. I believe he finished with 6 picks. And his cohort, Colby Atkins, same thing. Stellar season. Was a big part of that Sherman defense that played and won a lot of big games. Another defensive back. Another member of this Bengal Central defense is Keziah Joplin. Had 4 picks, man, was a solid corner all year long. All year long. Speaking of solid corners all year long, who had big time plays, Austin Atkins from Chapmanville. Man, I was glad they did that down on here. He had a big year for them on both sides of the football, but specifically at defensive back. I believe he finished with 4 interceptions. So congratulations to him. Here we go. The utility, Chadney Standback from Bluefield. Like this Bluefield defense is crazy, and they're young. Chadney will be back. And that guy really came on like second half of the season. Hey, you saw Channing out there making plays, and also the layup here, Brady Klein from Princeton as the other utility defensive player. Um, I believe he led the team in tackles, if I'm not mistaken. Brady had a crazy year all over the place. A lot of these guys have an argument for first team defense, specifically Jacob Maynard, Eli Polly, Brady Klein, David Browner. Those guys, listen, if I could make an extended first team defense, they would be on it for real. And then that punter, man, Coach Jones, I got you, big dog. Second team punter, Jameer Knuckles. Man, bro, this dude had a boot. This dude had a boot. We we are not doubling up positions, but I did say special teams. You probably asked you, in fact, we haven't seen them yet. Stay tuned. Man, kid had a boot, bro. Had a boot. And multiple games watched. All you heard you would hear the D&D guys be like, man, Jameer really better that thing, didn't he? And man, he did. Let me tell you, some big shout out to him on a great year kicking the football. Look, hey, bro, people go to college and they of dollars punting the football for real. Get into the. This is where I get slaughtered. Have at me, have at me. Man, man. So for one, head coach is going to be Zach Belcher from Chattanooga. Uh, he is a popular name right now in these ballots. That's all I will, say. I mean, to turn that team around, in the fashion that they did and the dominant fashion that they did, he fully earns any kind of credit that he gets this offseason. And this is where it's nutty. Second team offense quarterback Brock Green. Man, Brock, what a year. I believe he set the school passing record that he himself set last year. He broke that. I believe he broke single season passing touchdown record. I mean, Brock Green, and I'm not the most brushed up on my independence history, but to my knowledge, the dude's already the greatest quarterback to ever throw a football for Independence. This is no testament saying he's some team offensive quarterback. It's no testament against or for his talent, because the guys we got on that first team are pretty crazy. But bitch, hey, that guy's gonna be it's him versus Matt Simpson for the next 2 years. They might split one, maybe one of them gets two. But stay tuned for real. Over there in AAA, though, there's another sophomore quarterback who's lighting it up, Dakota Dalton. Man, that kid's legit, bro. Moxley. You get what like? It's almost like Jackson Dart type of just like when that guy's on the field, he's having fun and he's poised and he can make big plays. Uh, I mean, you could be seeing the two first team quarterbacks from this season right now for real. those are the type of guys that those quarterbacks are. Running back, AJ Johnson from Greenbrier East. Man, I'll be honest with you. Going into like week 6, week 7, AJ was on first team, man. That injury hurt him. That injury hurt him. Because then some guys popped off and they pulled him an arm behind my back. Do you get what I'm saying? But still, great season. Finished right under 1,000 yards. Had more than a dozen touchdowns. Uh, Dude went nutty. Really. I believe he set the single game rushing touchdown record for Green East at 5. Speaking of someone else who went nutty was Peyton Mounts, Pikeview running back. Young man had a stellar season and was a big part of just that Pikeview turnaround. That was extremely impressive, really. So Peyton, congratulations for a great career. And we cannot wait to see where you do call home. Should have made it as a DB too, to be honest with you. But you saw how packed this defensive back room is. I tell you what, uh, the other running backs, we got Jace Coleman, Mingo Central. Bam! Bam broke 1,000 yards on the season, was a vital piece of this Mingo Central team. I was told before the season that that's a guy to keep my eyes on. And Jace Bam Coleman, he done what I was told he would do, and that's ball out. That guy was a blade of grass away from a big play every time he touched the football. For real, big season for him. And he's coming back, bro. This Mingo team is young and dangerous. Another young and dangerous one, Gage Burdett. Man, that guy on both sides of the football is a heat-seeking missile, bro. What? I don't want to talk crazy, but this guy, Gage Burdett on this list could end up being the best player, 100%. The talent is there. He's a monster. He broke, I believe, 1,100 rushing yards. Um, he won the Player of the Week for us, week in and week out. Gage Burdett was always one of the best players in our region, and that's why he made 17. Wide receivers, Nate Suttle from Greenbrier East. Man, lightning in the bottle. It was nice to see Greenbrier East kind of be back. You know, they had a lot of fun this year. They had a lot of guys make big plays for them. You'll be seeing his quarterback soon. Uh, wide, KJ Byers. Listen, same thing I said about Gage Burnett. KJ Byers should end up being one of the greatest receivers this area I've ever seen. The dude's a freshman, just put up 1,000 yards. And I believe, what was it, 7, 8, 9 touchdowns? I don't got my notes like pulled up because I'm trying to keep an eye on the comments. Nathan Mullins, we appreciate you, big dog, for real. For real. But KJ Byers is going to be one of them ones. And Broughton Green, him and Brock, the next 2 years, that's going to be dangerous in Double A, man. Oh my goodness. Speaking about dangerous receivers for next season, Caden Hines, James Monroe. Man, that guy was just what a year that guy had. He's a walking highlight tape for real. He went absolutely ludicrous. A lot of big-handed, like big one-handed plays, crazy catches. The catch radius is crazy for that cat. He's obviously what 6'3", 6'4", tall guy, long arm, Division I baseball player. Well, he's a pretty good wide receiver too. So wide receiver 3, Lucas Lambert. Gene, I'm sorry, man. Ah, man, Lucas, what a year did he have? Obviously, y'all have seen us post about his tour all in the off season, and not just during the middle season too. He spent a lot of Saturdays in some big stadiums, and what a year he had. This young man went crazy. If he didn't catch that injury spree, he would have cracked that 1,000 yard mark. I do think he ended up finishing with like 7 and some change, 12 touchdowns. He had 150 rushing yards. Uh, but this dude, Lucas Lambert, is next up, man. Obviously, when you're going on this is like this, they see the talent aspect of it, but Logan should be back again next season. And Lucas will be, I mean, he may go down as the greatest Logan athlete of all time. And when we had Coach Booth on here, Coach said that like this is a once in a generation kid that you get to come through a program. So stay tuned, man. Uh He's never played linebacker from what I've been told, so I thought about putting him at first team linebacker, but uh, we did make some room for his natural position. So Tight end Benji Atkins from Chapmanville. Man, fun one right there, huh? Benji was another one of them guys, big guy, bro. He's a mauler, was huge in the run game too, and was always just trying to sneak behind the defense, catch him sleeping. So, big shout out to Benji, specifically on defense team, that had a big year for Chapmanville there. Flex at quarterback, super flex, whatever you want to call it. Jameer Knuckles, Nico Central. Guy went crazy. And he'll be right back here again next season. I guarantee you that, man. That dude's a monster. Has a big time plays this year. I'm excited to watch him get in the lab and cook. Someone that we watched get in the lab and cook and it worked out extremely well was quarterback from Greenbrier East and Brody Hammer. Man, what a season that Brody had. And that kind of just revived Greenbrier East team. All of them guys fared out extremely well. Wait till you wait. And then one of his guys with the first team Pioneer and you to give him thing, But man, what a year he had. This is fun to sit back and just trying to think. And it's crazy that just all of these cats did have fantastic years playing football. So in this region, man, we are blessed with some absolute dogs. But Brody, congratulations on a great career. And we do look forward to seeing where you call home. On the offensive line, this is where it gets crazy. All of these cats could have made first team. All of them. Derek Sullivan from Oak Hill, the boogeyman. Great career, really, on both sides of the football. Alex Blankenship from Independence, once again, great career. Alex was, I believe, first team all area last season, if I'm not mistaken. Griffin Beckett from Mingo Central, young man's next up, along with Ethan Thompson. Those two, I believe, are both sophomores. There to be two big names that y'all see moving forward. Ethan was a big part of that Bluefield offensive line that really led to, obviously Jeremiah Jones just making way and going crazy. Then you got Greg Kramer. Man, I wish I could like minimize his balling. But I don't want to hit my buttons and then they're like screen changes. But you got Greg Kramer down there from Midland Trail, and these graphics they'll be posted up after, and we'll put all of the picture credits in the comments. But Greg Kramer from Midland Trail was one that we were told before the season to keep an eye on, and then after the season it was, well, what did you see? Big year for him, and as being the captain of that Midland Trail offensive line. And obviously, he helped lead the way for the region's lead rusher. So, and big year for just Midland Trail to be back. Oh, what do they call their offensive line? The nickname? Someone help me, please, please. But man, craziness. Then you got Colton Shockley from Princeton. Oh man, I didn't put the L. I'll fix the spelling errors before I post these things up. How about Colton Shockley from Princeton is another one, a young one. He'll be guaranteed first team next year, man. There just wasn't enough room for everybody. Kicker down there. Anthony Meadows from Princeton. Someone else didn't miss an extra point all year, I do believe. Was very clutch and very consistent and a part of a state championship winning program. Then we got Nate Sutter from Greenbrier East, the return man. Second best return man without a shadow of a doubt in the area. That's why he's on second team offense. So now, I hope everybody's watching. This is where we buckle up. We're about to get into the first team. Now, obviously, we kind of threw these graphics together right here, but shout out to Logan Baker for what we're about to dive in. I'm a big mad ultimate team guy myself, and these things are nothing short of absolutely beautiful. Beautiful. So, yeah, let's get into it. Oh, bro, these are so hard. Oh, these are so hard. Here it is, man. The Southern West Virginia All Area Team first team defense. Right here's the killers. Right here they are, flat out. So let's just go on down the list, shall we? Uh, defensive back, or sorry, utility defensive Bryson Aaliyah. Uh, Todd didn't have quite the year, and I know Bryson dealt with some injuries, but every time that man was on the field, he was the difference maker. What a year he had, really. Hanged him up as one of the best to ever do it in Todd. We'll have some stuff dropping on him soon because he's also a two-time state champion basketball. one of the greatest athletes in Tug Valley history, but specifically one of the greatest football players. He ended up with some crazy. We had his career numbers before the season, and they were pretty crazy. So, like I said, he ended up as one of the best to ever do it. We'll start with the top here. Landon Riddle from Independence. Man, big fan of this young man's play for real. Great season, great career. Finishing first team back to back linebacker for us. Without a shadow of a doubt, man. Fun player to watch play football. That picture does it perfect justice right there. So I tell you, like just him flowing out his emotions. I just got a text. Bryson Aaliyah tore his ACL. He's not playing basketball. Man, that breaks my heart. I had no idea. No idea. Man, Bryson, get healthy, buddy. I'm gonna pray for him after this 100% because that sucks. Man, what? That's a bitch at the Turn Valley basketball. What? Anyways, this is football. Orlando Riddle, congratulations on a great on a great career. And just playing some fun football. We are excited to see where you call home and right there beside him. Man, dude, Nathan Mullins with the hashtag riddle me this. It's fire, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I might steal that. But Isaiah Conley, Independence, man, what was it? Had 22.5 sacks is what the total was, I think. Set the Independence school record, led the area, almost led the state. You probably think someone had more than 22 and a half. Yeah, it's crazy. But Conley, congratulations, young man. Listen, last year you went crazy. This year you went nuclear. Next season, Conley might break 30 sacks, man. This dude's a monster. What? Like I said, once again, just congratulations to him on just his success up to this point, which has been nothing short of just breaking every metric put to him. Another one, Preston Kovac, man, legendary Chapmanville football player. On that defense, man, that guy's a menace. His fear, and he led him on a good postseason run, and one of the biggest upsets of the past decade. Preston, congratulations! Right there beside him was his guy, making the path for him. Josh Porter, big dog, mauler, monster, a beast. Josh Porter was nasty this year, man. And I know we have a lot of fans over on the east side, and we have a lot of fans over on the west side. If y'all ain't doing nothing and you see a player that you haven't quite heard of, just go watch their huddle, man. For real. Just kind of see that it is like that, bro. For real. Josh Porter, baller. Jumping down, man. Jaleel Jones, one half of the Twin Powers at defensive back. Young man finished with 6 interceptions. What a great season he had, really just coming onto the scene, leading one of the area's top defenses, and obviously just playing his part in going to the state championship. Jaleel Jones will be one of them ones. In the words of Jordan Masterson, this is one of them ones, and that's going to be Jaleel Jones, 100%. That dude's a menace. He's going to follow your team's number one every time for the next 2 years. You got to deal with 6 out there on the island. Have fun. Big dog Jamarcus man, Woodrow Wilson, defensive lineman. Dude, watching this guy play football, man, uh, it's nothing short but just excitement. He's big, strong, fast, and physical. I believe he made first team for us last season too. And then the first all area team we've done, I believe he made second team. This has been nothing but work for the past 3 seasons. The most covering Southern West Virginia football, Jamarcus Mays has been nothing but work. Absolutely. Big shout out to him. We're seeing him really pick up some traction on the recruiting trail. Every ounce of it's earned. That young man. And going into his senior season, bro, he bulked up. He slipped down, some. I saw Fairmont State's on him. Go get him because that guy, he can really become a vital piece of a college defense. Hey, the big dog, the reigning 460 player of the week, Landon Crane. Man, Landon, what a season you had. 44, man. Listen, that duo right there's filthy. Landon Crane went absolutely insane at linebacker. Was a big reason that Princeton won the state championship. That guy coming over and giving the level of play that he gave. at the linebacker position for Princeton. I mean, really just elevated this defense. I was talking to someone not too long ago about how those woes were fixed. Big shout out to Jordan Jones and big shout out to Landon Crane played a big part in just you get an all-state linebacker to come and fill that role. Man, then right there beside him is his dog, Callum Kaiser. Both of these guys, no question, first team defense, right? Callum, legendary Princeton player, retired as one of the greatest to ever do it. Made the transition from defensive end to off ball linebacker. Flourished in it. Still finished with 7 sacks. Um, Man, what a season this dude had. Nothing but highlight plays. And he was hurt for a little bit. He tweaked his knee, I think, missed like 4 games, but his numbers don't reflect he missed 4 games at all. Uh Dude's a heat seeking missile. Anytime I say his name, I have to say the phrase heat seeking missile because he gets action. He comes flying through that line, man, and he takes heads off. Hunter, Micah Cuthbert. Micah, I've had multiple people tell me since probably roughly week 8 that you were going to have to be first team, uh, and they were right. They called it completely. Congratulations on a great season from you, and you really took some steps from last season to this year. So, hey, shout out to the special teams, Xander Uten. Oh man, Logan, I believe it's OOTE, which is fine. We can fix that. Xander, man, from Midland Trail was a big part of that just team being what it was for most of this season. Xander Newton finished what north of 10 sacks, had a big year for the hashtag Hell Trail, you know. Uh and congratulations, man. Listen, this kid's motor is crazy. Going down there to DB Caden Stone from Greenbrier. He's finished with 5 interceptions. Sutherland Stone, man. Sutherland Stone also plays a big role on offense too, as one of Brody Hammer's weapons. But on defense, Cade Stone, without a doubt, was one of the best DBs in the area. And going into this, it was first team or bust for that guy. Congratulations. And another one, the Marshall signee, Aiden Burke, could have easily made first team both DB, first team wide receiver. If we would have double dipped on position, you would have saw them both. Because that dude had 1,000 yards, 8 receiving touchdowns, 6 picks, a bunch of tackles. He was going nuclear on both levels of it. And like I said, Xander was 21 and a half. Whoa, did I miss something? Well, Xander, my friends, congratulations on that. That's crazy. What, bro? Oh, man. Did I like see the 21 and think 12 and a half or something? That's on me completely. What? But anyways, I'm glad we put you on first team defense then, Xander. Um, the 8 signed to Marshall, incredible defensive back, incredible wide receiver. I'm pretty sure he's going to Marshall to play defensive back. So hey, expect to see this young man on the TV soon, you know. And then we got a guy who led the state of West Virginia in tackles, Caden Hackney. Caden won player of the week for us early with like 28 tackles or something insane. That guy done it week in, week out, man. Week in, week out. Him and Maynard were the best linebacker duo, not named in a training talent cost, 100%. Those two right there were working week in, week out, week in, week out. You had Tatum getting 20 tackles. You had Jacob getting 8 tackles and a sack week in, week in, week out. Didn't fail. And they were a big part of that elite Mingo Central defense. Tatum will be back next season. I believe he's a junior. So the state's lead tackler doesn't return him. He resides in Mingo County. Going over to Woodrow, AJ Thomas and Preston Clary, the two DB, man, the no-fly zone over there up in Bentley. Congratulations to both of them. Man, AJ Thomas finishes with a decorated career. Preston Clary, also same exact thing. Man, those two guys, we've been seeing them get recruited together. Smart, because both of them dogs, man. This is it's always nice to see the little DB matchups of just two absolute monsters. Congratulations to both of them. Had big years, and an extremely tough schedule. Then we got the big dog, Rob Ball. Rob had like 7.5 sacks this season. Take the numbers out of the window. Go watch this man play football. Is all I'm going to say. Go watch Rob Ball play football. I actually reviewed his highlight tape before the summer. It's even crazier now. Go watch this dude play football. Is all I'm going to say. Go watch Rob Ball play football and then come back to me, bro. This dude's a menace. All right, guys. Here we go. We're getting into the offense. Boom! Double chunk chocolate cookie, man, for real. Man, the offense is here. The offensive line, the quarterbacks, the running backs. So everybody loves the offense. Everybody loves the Brad Mossers. Well, guess what? We got them all piled up for you right here, right now. It's leading off first team offensive line, Jimmy Bolin Jr. This dude, week in, week out, was just a stalwart, man. Um, Dude was just eating pancakes every single week of syrup. Jimmy was a part of an extremely good Princeton offensive line. No bias with this whatsoever. Princeton legitimately has three first team all area linemen. And if Jackson Toppin and Jaden Shuck didn't play football, they might have five. Listen, that offensive line was stout. Big shout out to Coach Big Deal too, man, for coming in, setting the law, just get things rolling, man. They called them, what was it? The Silverbacks. That bunch of kids, man, are absolute units. Ashton McClanahan at kicker, bro, the sophomore. This kid is an absolute animal. Do you hear me? This kid's a monster. And he's a sophomore, bro. He was banking 40s and deep 40s. They had him stepping up to kick some crazy field goals as a sophomore. He'll only get better. Speaking of some sophomores, Jaden Shuck, man, what a massive human being, bro. He's what, like 6'5", 285. Big human being, man. Boy, this dude, Independence, I don't know what to feed him up there or whatever, but Jaden Shuck is next up. That's all I'll say, man. He's a mauler. And actually, last year, my good friend Robbie told me, said, Fred, we got one down there. There's a lineman who is gonna be the next one. And well, but what a year he had. Paving way for the dog, Silas Nelson, you know. Speaking about some offensive lineman, Jackson Toppin from Chapmanville. Man, what a career he's had. Is Jackson a junior, if I'm not mistaken? I think he might be a junior too. He might be the senior. I know it's split up, and I'm a little bit sick, so my mind's a little foggy, but Jackson Toppin had a great season, man. One Me being born with wide shoulders and a big back, a lot to my eyes when I'm watching football be played. Everybody watching the quarterback, the running back, the wideouts. A lot of times my eyes jump straight to the trenches. And number 50 was one that you saw all the time. Just absolutely winning his matchup week in, week out, week in, week out. And he all of the recognition that he gets right now is deserved. Jeremiah Jones, first team running back. I know y'all saw us switch to that defense, and y'all was like, "Where's Jeremiah Jones?" But playing one side of the football this go around, and that guy went lunatic, bro. He went crazy. Jeremiah Jones, his senior year might win the Kennedy Award, 100%, 100%. And what's crazy is, I think next year Willis Wilson could win. So Bluefield has a chance to get back-to-back Kennedy Award winners because, buddy, Jeremiah Jones is a monster. Monster. Watch this dude running the football with the aggression, the precision, and the physicality of just running cats over with his shoulder every single week. You saw him breaking beast mode runs. The natural athletic ability this young man will go on and play college football without a shadow of a doubt. Speaking of college football players, we got Silas Nelson from Independence. Silas, hats off to you, buddy. For real. You've been fun to watch play football, fun to cover. I absolutely hate that the ankle got rolled up on and that we weren't able to witness this Independence team going to this playoff full fledged. The Silas Nelson. Well, he's one of them ones, one of them legends. He did have a state ring. He switched over from wide receiver to running back, and I mean, he absolutely done the thing. Bowling ball on both sides of the football, may I add. But Silas, man, I mean, every time he touched the football, someone getting ran over. He ran just with anger every time. Fun to watch, man. And the momentum was crazy. Nathan said, Jones and Wilson's going to be a nasty next year. You know, bro, they're going to be disgusting. The greatest, the most decorated quarterback in this region's history, Chance Barkley. This ain't no surprise on nobody, right? Uh, man, Chance, congratulations on a stellar career to finish it off with a state championship. Everyone knew that Chance was going to be a first team quarterback. I believe the argument was, well, Max or Brock getting the other slot. That's what it's been since week 5 for us. Well, right down there, Matt Simpson put it, no questions asked. Matt Simpson is an absolute beast. Um, if he can really just keep on doing what he's doing, we're going to see some special football being played between 2 and number 7, Paxton Calhoun. Pax broke the Bluefield single season receiving record as a sophomore. Max broke a ton of records too. It's going to be crazy, bro. It's going to be crazy. Like I said, this would be Bluefield and Indy for time to come. And I might be sleeping on some teams, and I'm sorry. But what I do well is that you see a trio of Beavers right there that are going to be menaces for the next 2 seasons. Well, right there between the Beavers, we got Jaden Root from Midland Trail. Bro, Jaden Root had a season. Someone else, man. Powerful runner. Had some big games. Also won a player of the week for us, right? That guy, what a stellar year. I believe he finished with like north of 1,400 yards, like 17 touchdowns. Just an absolute stalwart. And that's because of Greg Kramer and company. You know, shout out to the offensive line. But Trailman, once again, had a great season. Fun football team to watch this year. And Jaden Root really burst onto the scene and went crazy for him. So, Jade, congratulations on a great season and a great high school career. Gage Blevins on the offensive line was someone else that just was an absolute monster. Is he a junior or a senior? My dad says he's a junior for some reason, but this is a kid that before the season put in the work, got in the weight room and worked, and really just took that next step as being one of the area's top offensive linemen and was a part of one of the area's top offenses. So Gage Blevins, without question, earned this one. 2KK, man, listen, we put an extra slot in here. Wait a minute. Where's he at? You got it. Did I upload the wrong one? No way. I'll upload the right graphic. And this might sound a little crazy, but oh my goodness. We always forget one, don't we? We always forget one. There's one player who was not on this first team. Because I was just about to say we added an extra slot to the flex. Just dang it, man. I can't believe we let them off. I'll finish with him. But we added one extra slot just for him because I mean this is our list. And there's some kids I just won't refuse. I can't put such a thing. Caden Sims was one of these running back rooms were so loaded that like no questions asked. It had to be Silas, Jaden, and Caden, right? But these receiver rooms are so loaded it had to be Christian, Trey, White, and Pax. The flex, Brad Mosser. I mean, I'll go ahead and drop it now. The other flex is Trey Leston from Sherman. Had to put up what 2,000 yards, was crazy this or close to it. Um, man, sorry Trey that we left you off, but when we post the graphic, we will make sure that you're on that one, and it'll be probably in the next hour or two, roughly. Let me. I know y'all hear it inside my face, but back to it. Caden Sims, 1,500 yards, I believe. However many rushing touchdowns. Caden, they use them all over the place. Running the football, catching the football, everywhere. Caden Sims went crazy. Um, Young man retires as one of them ones. One of the greatest Wildcats to ever put it on. And obviously, there were some crazy Wildcat teams back in the day. But I mean, in the past 2 years, he's had what 3,500 rushing yards and north of 30 touchdowns. But he's one of them ones. Cade, congratulations on a great season, on a great career. We would love to see Meadowbridge kind of make a deeper run, man, but they always get hit with the short end of the stick in terms of playing the guys. But once again, man, shout out to Coach Wickline for stepping into that role. I really do what he done with the offense. Big kudos to the our friends up in Meadowbridge. On the offensive line, Zay Daly, another one of them ones, man. Another one of them ones for real. Oh, Logan, I appreciate you, cuz no rush, Logan. No rush at all, man. Zay Neely also was someone that's like, yeah, I can't make the first team and not put Zay Neely on it. Stalwart, senior offensive lineman for Princeton, was the right tackle. Landon was the left tackle. They're the best tackles in the area, right there, both of them on the same football team. Big shout out to them. And big shout out to Zayd on a tremendous career. And you see him going on tour, just collecting offers for good reason. Grant Burdett, tight end, Greenbrier East. Man, it was nice to have some tight end play in the area. We didn't do tight end last year. If y'all remember, we did not do tight end, but we were able to make it work this time. Grant Burdett, man, what a year he had. Um, kind of what you would expect. There's big time players. But the numbers don't pop off the screen at you, but this team had such just a way of working their variety of weapons. They had so many different identities on that offense. But Grant Burdett, when called upon, that guy was crazy. Had a big year, big scene guy, right? It always seemed like every time you turned your head, you got Brody Hammers finding Grant Burdett going down the scene. Big shout out and congratulations to him, Landon Moore. And I've been using some crazy terms pretty loosely, saying one of them ones. Everybody knows that Landon Moore is going to go down as one of the greatest offensive linemen in this area's history. He's a current three-star left tackle. Uh, just won a state championship. Filled multiple offers, including a couple of Division One. Landon Moore after next year might be a five-star tackle, at least a four. And I say it lightly, of course, right? Because there's not that many five stars as is, but there are some fours. And I think Landon can work his way to get himself that fourth star. Captain of First Team Offense, Brad Mawson. Hey, utility player. Um, you could have put him anywhere. I think they just put athlete on him. Yeah, athlete. That guy is his own position. Gets his own position for real. Brad, congratulations on a great season. Great career. We've been saying it for the past week and a half. Nuclear level football was played in Princeton this past fall. And Brad Monster was just obviously the household name, MVP. He'll probably win the Kennedy. Of course, he was going to be here. There's some layups here, and most of the layups are at wide receiver. Right there beside him is partner in crime, Wyatt Klein, man. Wyatt broke 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns. And Wyatt would be the number one receiver on most teams in the area. That kid is nasty, filthy, really is. Um, I'm glad to see him go out the way that he went out. And that's winning a state championship with his brother. Guys, we're almost done. But Wyatt he could have made it on as a DB too, man. That guy does it both ways. Brad too. Both of these guys should have made it on as DBs. All four of these wideouts all play defensive back at a very high level, which is ironic. Patch does too. It's obviously it does translate well. But Trey Ward, wide receiver for Chapmanville. Man, transfer from uh, come up to Chapmanville. Went crazy. Went crazy. Mm. Boy, I think he had like 1,200 yards and like 19 touchdowns or something crazy. Let me double check those stats. I've been like throwing stats off the top of my head and I've been completely wrong with this morning. Um, let me see. What did Ward have? Uh, 1,200 yards, 19 touchdowns, and 7 picks on defense. Man, I mean, that's impressive. Trey Ward and Dakota Dalton with the connection this year. Trey's a senior. I saw he's been on some pretty impressive visits, including Marshall. So it'll be fun to see where he calls home. And then we have Christian Lynch Weiler, who was no stranger to the All Area team for first off the clock. Christian done when he does well, and that's catch touchdowns and catch bombs. Him and KJ Virus was a filthy duo. The fact that we had two sets of 1,000-yard receivers in the area, kind of filthy. Won't lie to you. You don't get that too often. We had two of them. And then last but not least, and Christian as well. Congratulations on a stellar career for the Independence Patriots. I look forward to seeing where you're playing on Saturdays. Last but not least, first team utility, Trey Lester from Sherman. Trey, we're going to get you on this graphic. This happens every year, man. I think it might have happened last year too, where I wrote, no, it happened before the season with Landon Riddle. I made my top 25 list. And are there just sometimes there's things you just assume, so you just don't double check? I left Landon Riddle off of my top 25 list before the season started. Well, now the guy's on first team defense, so that shows what we know. But Landon's someone that we've been very high on the past couple of years. And you just kind of assume that he's there. I just didn't write his name down. Same thing here, man. Trey has been someone that has been one of the faces of the area when it comes to just statistical success. Really just dogging teams out, man. That guy's been a monster on both sides of the football and on special teams. Really, the dude had a kick return touchdown this year. He had crazy stats, and I'll get those pulled up too since we did leave him off. I don't mind that at all. Uh, Let me get it pulled up real quick. That dude put up 1,731 yards. He's finishing his career with three, four, with over 5,000 career yards as a running back and wide receiver. Trey, congratulations, young man, for being first team all area. I'm glad that we were able to get you in on it because man, that's one of like there. I wouldn't have went live. Like there's a couple of guys that were doing these lists, and I was so my arms were tired, and then it hit me, and I was like, "This is our list. We should just put an extra utility." So we did because the talent on this first team offense is disgusting. Because you have to have Cade Sims, you got to have Brad Monster, right? You got to have Jaden Root, you got to have Silas Ness, you got to have Jeremiah Jones, you got to have Lee Waller, you got to have Ward, you got to have Klein. You can't make a first team and not have the guys that we just listed. It just won't work. You get what I'm saying? And you dang sure cannot make a first team offense and not have Trey Lester. So, updated graphics will be coming shortly. Appreciate everybody. We're on the road to 30,000 followers. If y'all enjoy the content, invite your friends list to follow us too so we can hit 30K followers. That'll be pretty cool. As always, when it comes to the milestones, we'll have a giveaway, something out of my house. Maybe we'll give away this mud. Maybe I'll give away some of Mason's shoes. Who knows? Stay tuned for that. Tap me sideways. But for real, thank y'all for a wonderful football season. Um, just being able to go to these games and almost like just really experience some crazy stuff. And like Greg went to the basketball game. He went to Summit versus the East, and everybody was like, Cody went down to Giles versus Georgia with football, bro. And everybody was like, that's crazy that we're able to just become in that kind of conversation. People get excited when they see us show up to places. It's crazy to me because in my head, we're still at like that 2,000 follower mark whenever we first launched back, which is probably a good thing. I pray that the Lord keeps me humble. And if not, rip this thing from my, hey, I'll walk with this thing, which if I have God called me to. So, um, guys, I appreciate y'all. Be sure to give us a follow, give us a share. This is on, if you're watching on TikTok, follow us on TikTok. If you're watching on YouTube, follow us on YouTube. And it's been your boy, Big Fred, man. I appreciate everybody just coming along, having fun. Um, all right. And I just while I'm here, just to reassure, because I do feel bad. Trey Logan said he'll have it done within the next hour. He's at his daughter's cheer recital. So just just throwing that out there. So the graphics coming soon. I appreciate y'all. If anyone wants to send me any more merch in the basketball season, if y'all got any basketball jerseys, I'll take these down and put those up. Same goes with the basketball. I'll put a basketball up there on my shelf, specifically if it has a team's logo on it. It might seem like I'm panhandling, but that's because I am. Give me merch, please. It's super cool. Uh, Logan, thank you, man, for staying up for nights, getting these things knocked out. I appreciate everybody's patience. This obviously was launched late, but I'm sure y'all can hear it. So, Coach A, I appreciate you, big dog. Hey, we got you guys on the list, man, for real. Also, so boom, Virginia State Championship is today. That means the season is over. We will probably have Virginia all area out sometime next week. And then from that point on, we are going to do the all area awards ceremony. Now we've been talking this entire time about doing an awards banquet. That's still on. It may be January. Time kind of flew past us. We had the state championship plus weather. Then we have another state championship. We were going to do a volleyball game, but the time flew past. So that we'll probably do the volleyball game still in the spring. We've already talked to some people about that. But the awards banquet is happening where we just come, we feed the kids, we feed the parents, we give out some awards, take some nice pictures, and have a good time. So guys, I'm cooked, can't breathe. Nathan, I appreciate you. He said, thanks, Fred. Praying you feel better. Power, hashtag power and prayer. If y'all don't take nothing from this, throw these lists out the window. Nathan just said it was power and prayer. Seek Jesus. Yeah, that's what I will leave y'all on, man. Y'all have a great day. Go Rocco. That's over there in Virginia. We're gonna be rooting for you. Cody's gonna be there. Big shout out to our sponsor for the game. I guess since I'm here, just throwing out some shout outs, man, for real. Uh, Big shout out to Kane Street Smokehouse down there in Rocco. We appreciate y'all. And